Well folks, these certainly are testing times. First off, I hope that everyone out there is safe and well. Okay, it's coronavirus is getting a bit crazy pretty much everywhere. But in one aspect, I guess, for the macro photographer, the idea and the promotion of social distancing can be a good thing, and the fact that not so many people are going out these days allows me to go out into an area, and today I've come out to an area that's just behind our apartment. It's a green zone that we're not in any kind of lockdown yet here in Okinawa. If that happens, then it happens. But at the moment, all of the requests are for social distancing. So I've come out to an area. There's no other people here. I'm going to spend the morning looking for compositions, because today the Frankenflash comes out to play. And by the Frankenflash, I mean the twin macro flash that I've been making some diffusion for. That works in conjunction with the 15mm f4 1:1 from LAOWA, which I'm sure if you just click that link up there, you'll see the adventures I've had so far with the construction of my diffusion option, and today we're going to head out and test it. So let's take a stroll. Behind me, this is Taguchi Beach, which is one of the local beaches here, very close to where I live. In fact, it's probably a 2-minute walk to our apartment through a very nicely manicured kind of garden area. But now that people are more reluctant to step outside, we have this place to ourselves, which is pretty awesome. And it's great because today I'm going to be shooting the LAOWA 15mm f4 1:1 macro, which allows me to get really close to a subject but also show it in its environment, although that environment may be a bit blurred because of the proximity that I am to my subject. But more importantly, I'm going to be testing these bad boys, which I've labeled the Frankenflash. It's the twin flash, the KX800 from LAOWA, and the difference being is that these two soft boxes, homemade soft boxes that you saw me construct in the video up here, I'm going to be testing these today. Now what we do have in this particular area, we got I'll change the view on the GoPro in a minute. We've got an area where there's quite a few daisies. I've had a quick look around and there are some bugs out, but because of the wide angle of the GoPro, I don't know if I'm going to be able, you'll be able to see it properly on the GoPro, but definitely I'm hoping that with the power of this lens and my ability as a photographer, I'll be able to show you that in the images on the timeline of this video anyway. When I'm taking this kind of image, and especially with a lens that has this massive wide angle field of view, there's a couple of things with this twin flash that you need to be quite careful about. And that is the placement of the flash heads. So before you start to take any photos with flash photography with this lens using this system, then you really do need to check just through your field of view and make sure that you don't have any elements of the flash encroaching in the system. You've also got this focus light as well, modeling light. You also need to make sure that that's way out of the image. I mean, you can clone if it's in the top of the shot, if you've got a relatively easy kind of like area to clone, but it is a pain in the butt if you need to go to that extra length of editing. Okay, this shot is just to show you how this whole system works together. This may not be a particularly beautiful shot, there's no bug involved, but it will just go to show you how I work with this system. Okay, so at the moment I've got my camera set, it's completely manual. So on the aperture ring I'm just past the f11, so probably around about f13. I'm on ISO 320. and I have a 1/125th shutter speed set. Okay, now because of the diffusion I've got on the light heads, okay, on the flash heads, I'm at full power. Okay, and I think I mentioned a couple of times in the video during the construction of the diffusion panels that I would much prefer to use more power and batteries being, you know, obviously the one of the cheaper elements of the whole chain of imaging. So without further ado, I'm going to try and get as close as I can and just show you the power of this system. Okay, so I'm just going to use this daisy right here as my model. Okay, we're going to get nice and close. I'm using my elbows to really steady the camera. Okay, and I'm probably going to get the GoPro in the shot as well. But here we go. We are at, boom. That was at a magnification of just over 0.4 to 1, so not even half the capability of the lens. And I'll show you the image on the timeline. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer. Okay, boom. Okay, so that was a bit closer. We've got the GoPro in the background, but I'll put this one on the timeline as well, and you'll be able to see even at, that's a bit closer. That's just over 0.8 to 1. So that's really closing in on the magnification. So hopefully now what we're going to do is going to take a walk around, see if I can find some bugs, see if I can find some kind of life on a plant, just so we can get a nice dynamic image for the video. But so far so good, everything's working well, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we can go and nail our subject. Oh, old bones. Now the beauty of using a lens like this is that you get to be able to include some of the environment, some of the local environment with the animal, but the other thing is, you know, you're looking at the wider angle picture, and whilst your mind is on the composition, you don't always see everything in the shot. And so every now and again you get this really nice surprise. It wasn't until I finished photographing a spider in a daisy just down here that I realised on closer inspection, just with my eyes, with no camera, that it also had breakfast with it. So nice little surprises like that obviously make the shoot a lot more rewarding. But we'll carry on looking around, see what else we can find, and bring you some more pictures. And then you get impromptu photo opportunities like this. I've got this bit of an echo in here, I'm sorry. I've got this shield bug or something that's landed on me. Maybe you can see him on my finger there, I don't know. But I'm going to try and get him onto this hand. Here we go. Okay. Right on my little finger. Awesome. So opportune, the guy just landed on me, I'll let him go. There we go, off you go, mate. All that remains for me is to say thanks again for stopping by, checking out my video, and hopefully next week I'm going to be heading up to the jungles of northern Okinawa to try and find something a little bit more exotic than bugs and shield bugs, but hopefully we'll be able to find something pretty cool up there. All that remains for me in these very special times is to wish you all the best. Please take care, please keep yourself clean, wash your hands, follow the guidelines of your governments. At the end of the day, you know, it's a lot of people don't like governments, they don't like authority, especially in the day and age now with social media and no one's allowed to tell you what to do. But please, The guidelines that governments are bringing out are for your very own protection, and I think it's only fair. I think it's only fair that you follow those guidelines, even if you dislike it yourself. Just think of the impact that your actions have on other people, and other people who may not be as able-bodied as yourself, who may be aged. Okay, it all has a snowball effect. What you think doesn't impact you impacts others, and the same goes for the panic buying. Please try and get away from that. Go to different shops, get different stuff from different shops. Okay, going all to one place just to buy everything in one go, again, it doesn't do anyone any favors. Okay, so please think more about everybody else around you as well, and together, hopefully, we'll all get through this. Okay, but hope next week, if I'm not on lockdown, I'll be going up to the northern jungles of Okinawa, and if I am on lockdown, then even better, because I'll be able to do something at home that will show you or introduce you to some kinds of photography that you can do when you're limited in your ability to get out and go somewhere unique and special and wonderful, like these gardens that we have around us now. So please take care. Thanks a lot again. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. That would help. And you can use your isolation or quarantine time going through some of the videos I've made in the past. There's loads of them. So cheers again, guys and girls. Take care, and I'll see you soon.